I feel alone. A scary, dark feeling is always within me, never seems to go away, is loneliness. I remember feeling that ever since I was a child. Maybe I'm a broken doll. Ever since I was young, I've always had a doll to cuddle with. My collection of plushies grew, and my mom would put it all in a large plastic box. When I went to bed, I would take out every plushie and tuck them all in my bed. It made me feel loved, warm, and I wouldn't be able to fall asleep otherwise. It felt safe. I don't know why there are strong memories of when my parents would wander around in a huge clothing store and me magically getting lost or separated from them. I would be looking at something and look up and think I'd see my mom, and she would have disappeared off looking at something else. I would always feel scared shitless whenever that had happened. And trust me, that happened a lot. I think my parents believed that it was hard to lose me because I remember them telling me who would want to steal her, as if to say I have no worth. In the first grade, I was used to my dad being late all the time when we were waiting for our parents. I even remember in pre-K, everyone's parents seemed to care about their kids by waiting for them at the lobby already. My dad, I was lucky if he showed up when the second to last kid was still there. I used to cry about it, but you can only cry so much. I felt nothing by the time second grade rolled around. I used to pretend that my dad was amongst the crowds of parents, and I'd walk home 10 blocks from school to my own house by myself. Lucky for me that day, my dad forgot he was supposed to pick me up. He saw me later on the night when he was panicking, and he was like, "Oh my god, I didn't pick her up." And I walked into the room and he was like, "Oh." I remember being gifted in music. I played the piano and was in chorus in elementary school. We did a school play, and my parents did show up for the performance since I had a pretty important role. There was also singing involved as well. When it was finished, parents had little gifts for their kids or even flowers. My parents, they scolded me and told me that I could have done better. As I grew up, I was always overshadowed by my older sister, and she seemed to excel at everything academic-wise, and I could not, for some reason, be up to her par. My mom would always, in front of me, with other parents, compliment their kids and said I was fat, ugly, and even stupid. Typical for most Asian parents. Even if you get a 90 through 100%, they would ask me if everyone in class got the same score and that the test was either super easy or that, I could have gotten higher than that. Really? Higher than 100%? My sister, being 8 years older than me, we don't exactly get along with each other because of the huge gap difference. Even though I was, and still am always surrounded by friends, I do feel lonely. They were just friends on the surface, if you know what I mean. I learned that quote, "I'll be there for you when you need me," only works really for boyfriends or girlfriends, not between friends unless they are single. My cure for loneliness was having a significant other, one that I can run to and not be only my lover but my best friend, one I can truly be myself with. Currently, I do have a handful of people I can really trust as friends, which is better than having many and none of them really knowing you well. If you're listening to this, they know who they are. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. My boyfriend Wintergore is across the ocean in the UK with a 5-hour time zone difference. It does really get lonely. My current schedule is to wake up, make lunch, juice vegetables and fruit with my new juicer, Skype with Winter, homework, play games, stream, ride the subway, go to school, go back home, homework, work out, games or edit videos, and then sleep. And Thursdays nights, I rush home from school to record the Game Lounge podcast with Shadosha and YouTube Dude, which gets released on YouTube Dude's channel every Friday. So if you haven't watched any of it, there are links below, or the playlist link, to watch the podcast, and I swear it's really funny, and we do have for science stuff that most people like. I miss having a luxury of having a boyfriend so close to me. Whenever I get out of university, Girls' boyfriends are waiting for them, or at the train stations, boyfriends are waiting for them with an umbrella because it's raining. And I know mine won't show up since he's across the huge pond. I still sleep with my plushies. I currently cuddle up to my giant XL Perry plushie, who's almost the same size as I am. I cannot fall asleep if I'm not cuddling him. And when I work at events away from home, I stack the pillows up to hug it to sleep. I really can't wait for winter to come visit me in May. I hope one day we won't have to keep waiting every half a year to see each other. I want to be able to know that I'll be able to wake up next to him every day forever, so we both won't be lonely anymore. What are some of your stories dealing with loneliness? What about your parents? Did they ever forget to pick you up from school when you were young? What did you think of my story? Please comment below, and if you enjoyed my story, leave a like and share it. Thanks for listening. Love you all.